A company of over 300 Jerusalemites, Pharisees, and others followed Jesus north to Pella when he hastened away from the jurisdiction of the Jewish rulers at the ending of the Feast of the Dedication. And it was in the presence of these Jewish teachers and leaders, as well as in the hearing of the 12 apostles, that Jesus preached the Sermon on the Good Shepherd. After half an hour of informal discussion, speaking to a group of about 100, Jesus said, "On this night I have much to tell you, and since many of you are my disciples, and some of you my bitter enemies, I will present my teaching in a parable, so that you may each take for yourself that which finds a reception in your heart. Tonight, here before me are men who would be willing to die for me, and for this gospel of the kingdom, and some of them will so offer themselves in the years to come. And here also are some of you, slaves of tradition, who have followed me down from Jerusalem, and who, with your darkened and deluded leaders, seek to kill the Son of Man. The life which I now live in the flesh shall judge both of you, the true shepherds and the false shepherds. If the false shepherd were blind, he would have no sin, but you claim that you see. You profess to be teachers in Israel. Therefore does your sin remain upon you. The true shepherd gathers his flock into the fold for the night in times of danger. And when the morning has come, he enters into the fold by the door, and when he calls, the sheep know his voice. Every shepherd who gains entrance to the sheepfold by any other means than by the door is a thief and a robber. The true shepherd enters the fold after the porter has opened the door for him, and his sheep, knowing his voice, come out at his word. And when they that are his are thus brought forth, the true shepherd goes before them. He leads the way and the sheep follow him. His sheep follow him, because they know his voice. They will not follow a stranger. They will flee from the stranger, because they know not his voice. This multitude which is gathered about us here are like sheep without a shepherd, but when we speak to them, they know the shepherd's voice, and they follow after us. At least, those who hunger for truth and thirst for righteousness do. Some of you are not of my fold, you know not my voice, and you do not follow me. And because you are false shepherds, the sheep know not your voice, and will not follow you." And when Jesus had spoken this parable, no one asked him a question. After a time he began to speak and went on to discuss the parable. "You who would be the under-shepherds of my Father's flocks must not only be worthy leaders, but you must also feed the flock with good food. You are not true shepherds, unless you lead your flocks into green pastures, and beside still waters. And now, lest some of you too easily comprehend this parable, I will declare that I am both the door to the Father's sheepfold, and at the same time the true shepherd of my Father's flocks. Every shepherd who seeks to enter the fold without me shall fail, and the sheep will not hear his voice. I, with those who minister with me, am the door. Every soul who enters upon the eternal way by the means I have created and ordained shall be saved, and will be able to go on to the attainment of the eternal pastures of paradise. But I also am the true shepherd who is willing, even to lay down his life for the sheep. The thief breaks into the fold only to steal, and to kill, and to destroy, but I have come, that you all may have life, and have it more abundantly. He who is a hireling, when danger arises, will flee and allow the sheep to be scattered and destroyed. But the true shepherd will not flee when the wolf comes. He will protect his flock, and, if necessary, lay down his life for his sheep. Verily, verily I say to you, friends and enemies, I am the true shepherd. I know my own and my own know me. I will not flee in the face of danger. I will finish this service of the completion of my Father's will, and I will not forsake the flock which the Father has entrusted to my keeping. But I have many other sheep not of this fold, and these words are true, not only of this world. These other sheep also hear and know my voice, and I have promised the Father that they shall all be brought into one fold, one brotherhood of the sons of God. And then shall you all know the voice of one shepherd, the true shepherd, and shall all acknowledge the fatherhood of God. And so shall you know why the Father loves me, and has put all of his flocks in this domain in my hands for keeping. It is because the Father knows that I will not falter in the safeguarding of the sheepfold, that I will not desert my sheep, and that, if it shall be required, I will not hesitate to lay down my life in the service of his manifold flocks. But, mind you, if I lay down my life, I will take it up again. No man nor any other creature can take away my life. I have the right and the power to lay down my life, and I have the same power and right to take it up again. You cannot understand this, but I received such authority from my Father even before this world was. When they heard these words, his apostles were confused, his disciples were amazed, while the Pharisees from Jerusalem and around about went out into the night, saying, "He is either mad or has a devil." But even some of the Jerusalem teachers said, "He speaks like one having authority. Besides, whoever saw one having a devil open the eyes of a man born blind and do all of the wonderful things which this man has done?" On the morrow, about half of these Jewish teachers professed belief in Jesus, and the other half in dismay returned to Jerusalem and their homes.